D, wait for it, delightful.
Check out the name tag. You're in my world now, Grandma.
What's up, nerds, and welcome to my year in review, where I come to you every year, once a year, with the top interesting stories of this year that I found interesting, 5 or 6 stories, and I share them with you and everything, and you can discuss them down below. I've only picked, I think, about 5 stories this year, and I'll keep it brief and everything, but these are stories that I thought were, kind of culminated what went down in 2003 overall. So the first story I want to talk to you guys about is the Hollywood strikes. That's right. On May 2nd, Hollywood's writers went on strike over a labor dispute with the major studios. At issue, in part, were residual payments from streaming, drastically lower than they might have received from old school television, and their potential replacement by artificial intelligence. Similar issues led the Actors Union to follow suit in July, bringing the film and television industry to a near total standstill, including promo-like premieres, talk shows, and interviews for movie studios were releasing anyways. It was a rare chance to see favorite celebrities on the picket line. Olivia Wilde, Jeremy Allen White, Octavia Spencer, Mandy Moore, Richard Gere, and a moment when actors showed their power to the studios, which ultimately came to agreements with both unions after months of strike action. It was just a crazy time. I mean, it was so slow as far as entertainment news. I felt the pinch of it. I know a lot of other YouTubers did. And it was just, it was just a crazy time. But hey, they came to a deal. I agreed with them on some of the stuff, like the artificial intelligence stuff. Absolutely. I think that they were right with that. Some stuff was a little bit like, I don't know. I think that some actors didn't help, like Rachel Zegler saying that she should get paid, for every time she stands around in a iconic Disney princess dress. She should get paid every hour that it gets streamed on television. And I'm all like, I don't know, maybe, I don't know. But like I said before, the artificial intelligence stuff, I really do fear that they'll use artificial intelligence a lot more, and I don't think that they should, just because if you've ever, there's a Seinfeld show on Twitch where they just take all the Seinfeld episodes and they give it a prompt, and then they write an episode and they do this gross animation with it. But they're fine, and if you watch that show, it's fine, but overall, it's just not good. It's missing something. And I think that something is the human experience. And I think that that's something that AI will never be able to comprehend. The way it feels when you touch a blade of grass, or, the way it feels when, you're in a hot shower. It just can't capture that, and I think that the AI thing is a little bit of an issue when it comes to entertainment. Okay, so for my second story of the 2023 is the Eras Tour. That's right, Taylor Swift dominated headlines all year long, partly due to the Eras Tour, her most impressive tour so far. Swifties at her March 17th concert in Glendale, Arizona, were the first to witness the pop icon travel through her discography as she sang songs from her 10 albums for over 3 hours. Along each stop, Swift made each concert special by performing 2 surprise songs, one on the guitar and the other one on the piano. During her acoustic set, Swift played her last 2023 show on November 26th in São Paulo, Brazil, and will return on the road next year for more stops around the world. She also made her famous movie, the Eras Tour movie, in theaters, and she made a buttload of money with that one. Smart girl, that Taylor Swift. I think she's a really smart businesswoman. I think that, I think she knows what she's doing in terms of that. I think that she's turning the record industry on their heads because she re-recorded all of her songs so she could have the rights to them. And I think that they're trying now to switch up in your contract. Instead of, I believe it's 7 years for them to keep the rights to your song before you get them back. They're going to try to do 30 years, I think it was. I read somewhere, and I'm all like, Jesus. So she's a smart girl. I think she's overrated in my opinion. I personally, her music's, it's okay to me. 1989 though is a really good album. That's the only one that I absolutely like. But and I didn't see that movie because I want to be honest with you, Taylor can't sing live, okay? I mean, her only talent is being a writer, and the stage production is saving that performance. You know what I'm saying? I just don't. I mean, she's a smart business. Good for her. Make that money, girl. I have nothing against you. I just don't see it. You know what I'm saying? All right, you guys. So that was my third story of the year. So for my fourth story of the year, that is Barbenheimer. That's right. Barbenheimer became the event of the summer as Margot Robbie's Barbie and Cillian Murphy's Oppenheimer battled at the box office. Movies lovers opted to see the films back to back as a double feature, making both films widely successful. With Barbie directed by Greta Gerwig, audiences watched Barbie journey into the real world, and Ryan Gosling belt "I'm just a Ken." For Christopher Nolan's Oppenheimer, they learned how physicist J. Robert Oppenheimer developed the atomic bomb. Barbie made over $1 billion in global ticket sales, while Oppenheimer pulled in over $900 million. It's a bummer that Oppenheimer wasn't able to, pull past the finish line and make that $1 billion. So that way it was, they both had done something special there. I do think that Barbenheimer was an event, you know what I'm saying, a movie event. They tried to get Mission Impossible in there too, but it didn't work out as well. And I didn't see this back to back, I'll tell you that right now, because Barbie, I hated that movie, and Oppenheimer was just okay for me personally. I didn't do a review on it just because I didn't get to see it in theaters, and by then it was just like so late in the game, but it was okay. It was just too freaking long. I was like, by the second hour, I was like, man, I'm ready to pull out of this one. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, good for both of them. I think going forward, this kind of, simpatico between two movies, I think would really benefit maybe some movies. I don't know if they could ever redo Barbenheimer. I think that this was kind of like one of those one-time things that just really worked out well. So I really liked seeing it. It was super fun, but let's see what happens in the future with this kind of thing. All right, you guys. So for my fifth story of the year, it is Twitter becomes X. That's right. Elon Musk purchased Twitter for $44 billion in April of 2022. Since then, he was made multiple changes to the social media platform, and perhaps the biggest came in July 2023, when he officially rebranded it to X. He also changed the logo and the app version of the platform to a simple black X. Before the switch, Musk explained in the tweet that X would embody the imperfections in us all that make us unique. However, many users are still clinging to the platform's previous name. One user wrote December 12th, "It will always be Twitter." And I have to tell you right now, I agree with that person right there, because I hate it that it's called X. It's so not. Twitter is so iconic. It's your brand. I'm in the camp of it. I'm glad Elon Musk bought it. I know a lot of people would be like, he turned it into a toxic place. And me, I just go, not really. I mean, it was toxic before. It's toxic now. I don't see the difference, but maybe that's just me. I think it's still the same place, but I mean, I guess, I don't know, man. But I do think turning it into X was a bad decision. It was a little bit of a misstep. Not a little bit, a lot of a bit of a misstep. And I didn't like it. I mean, I'm going to keep calling it Twitter. I'm not calling it X and everything. That's ridiculous. But, hey, it's his company, so he can do whatever he wants. So, good for him, I guess. And finally, you guys, my last story of 2023 is that Jonathan Majors was found guilty and fired from Marvel. Now, on March 25th, 2023, actor Majors was arrested on charges of assault, strangulation, and harassment following a domestic dispute with Jabari, who sustained minor injuries. Majors was released from custody the same day, denying any wrongdoing, with his spokesperson expressing confidence in clearing his name. However, on March 26, Majors was arraigned in the New York City Criminal Court. His attorney later revealed 2 recanting statements from Jabari and released text messages allegedly sent by her. Jabari obtained a temporary order of protection against Majors. The incident led to the suspension of Majors' recruiting commercials by the United States Army, and he was subsequently dropped by his management and public relations firms. Various professional engagements, including a film role and the Marvel Studios project, were terminated. The assault trial commenced on November 29th, 2023, with Majors pleading not guilty. On December 18th, 2023, Majors was found guilty of reckless assault and harassment, acquitted on other charges, and awaits sentencing on February 6, 2024. Additionally, into April 2023, more abuse allegations surfaced, and in June 2023, Rolling Stones reported a pattern of abusive behavior by Majors dating back to 2013, which his attorney vehemently denied as hearsay. Now, I did a video about this a little while ago, and I'll leave a link in the iCard section, but I just want to say I still am on Jonathan Majors' side. I do think that when it comes to relationships, this was obviously a toxic one, and I think that we don't really know what happened. You know, I don't know what happened with Majors and Jabari, and I don't care. That's between them. I do know that she did not press charges, that it was the DA in New York that pressed charges. And from what I can tell, that DA is kind of, you know, he's very hard, you know, and aggressive when it comes to that kind of stuff. But I just think that we don't know really what happened, and like I said, I really don't care. But we'll see what happens going forward with this. He was fired from Marvel. He's no longer going to be Kang. I don't know if his that Dreams Bacardi Dreams or something like that is going to come out, where he plays a bodybuilder and everything. I don't know what's going to happen to this dude, and I mean, I just think it's interesting, you know, a black man becomes a rising star in Hollywood, and then he just gets torn down, and another one bites the dust, I guess. But we'll see what happens with that whole thing. All right, you guys. So those are the top stories that I found interesting this year. Tell me, what did you guys think about 2023? Was there a story that I missed that you wish I would have covered on this video, or do you think I covered the big ones and that was what we needed to hear and everything? What did you think of 2023? I thought 2023 was kind of a crap year, in my opinion. It wasn't definitely one for the books. You know what I'm saying? There's still a long road to go before I think we get back to normal. But 2023 was definitely such a crazy year. I mean, for me personally, and I think for the entertainment industry. But, you know, what do we know? What do we know and everything? But hopefully the future is bright, and hopefully everything gets back to, you know, Pleasantville. You know what I'm saying? All right, you guys, tell me what you guys thought about this video and everything. Tell me what you thought about year 2023. Go ahead and leave all your comments in that section down below. If you like this video, go ahead and hit that like button. You know, I won't mind. If you're new to my channel, please hit that subscribe button. I'd greatly appreciate it. And I will see you guys next year in 2024. You guys have a good new year. Bye.